Some of the most feared athletes in sports history have played in the NFL. And today I'm going to use some of those players to build my team, which as of right now you could argue is even scarier because we don't have a single player on offense or on defense. So it's pretty much a ghost town, which means Aaron Hernandez should be around here somewhere, right?
He was one of the most feared safeties in the game. Cam Chancellor was the player who put the boom in the Seahawks Legion of Boom with his lethal hits.
Cam Chancellor, bro, one of the greatest safeties of all time, and we're absolutely adding him to the team. His best card as of right now is this 85 overall, and he'll be our brand new strong safety on the most feared team. But obviously one player on defense and none on offense isn't going to cut it. I need to build an 82 or higher team to complete one of my challenges in this video, which if I don't, I'm going to be giving away $100 in gift cards to some of my lucky subscribers in the comment section down below. Additionally, boys, every year I do Domtober from the 1st of the month to the end of October, where I give away gift cards every single day. So to enter today's, just comment down below the scariest player in NFL history that you think, and I'll pick one of you in the comment section down below. It's simple as that. And of course, be subscribed, notifications on. Join us on the road to 200,000 subscribers. It's gonna be freaking sick, but not as sick as this next player we're adding. And guys, I'm gonna be at Thursday Night Football for the Seahawks and Niners, and I'm gonna be wearing this DK Metcalf jersey. But in honor of that, Underdog Fantasy, my sponsor, is going to be doing a code DOM only special for DK Metcalf. Once he hits a single yard, you guys are going to win on this pick. It's going to be available until Thursday night when the game starts. You have until then to get it. And if you guys are seeing this video Thursday, then it's gone in just a couple of hours. So be fast. You can only get it using my code DOM when you sign up. It takes seconds to do so, and you'll get up to $1,000 in bonus cash. It's a guaranteed win on that pick. 1 yard and you win. Simple as that. DK is averaging almost 100 yards per game this season, so that's the easiest pick of all time. And guys, we're nearing 200 total signups with my code this year, and once we hit 500, I'm giving away some Xboxes and PS5s to my subscribers, and once we hit 1,000, I have to get an EA Sports tattoo. So be sure to sign up using code DOM. Again, DK Metcalf special for code DOM users only. Be sure to get it right now before it is gone forever in just a couple of days. It helps the channel out a ton, and hopefully I get to see a sick DK Metcalf touchdown in person in Seattle on Thursday Night Football. Get the special quick before it's gone forever. Link is in the description down below. Huge shout out to Underdog.
The bully of the 2000s played his entire
Ray
17-year
Lewis, what a
career in
monster,
Baltimore.
dude.
For 7 years, Ray Lewis was first-team All-Pro and 12 years as a Pro Bowler.
7 first-team All-Pros. The guy was a killer on and off the field, and that's why he's joining the most feared squad, boys. Except he's actually not, because he's not in Madden Ultimate Team yet for some reason. I have no clue why, which leads me to something I was going to have to say anyways. For every most feared player we look at that doesn't have a card in the game, we're just going to add somebody from their team currently in the league as a most feared player. And I don't think there's much better choices for the Ravens than middle linebacker Roquan Smith. We get the same position and everything, and he's one of the best middle linebackers in the league. But I'm going to be using some articles, some NFL highlights, and tons of other stuff to build the unequivocal best, most feared team in NFL history, boys. As long as the cards are in Madden, of course. Which it's early in the year. They might not be. And this list right here puts beast mode. Marshawn Lynch set forth a seismic event in Seattle during the 2010 NFL playoffs. One of the greatest plays of all time, by the way. And beast mode actually has an 86 overall, aka beast mode card currently in the game. One of the better running backs in all of Madden Ultimate Team. And I couldn't think of a single running back to be a better fit for a most feared team. Actually, maybe one other guy we'll talk about later. Randy Moss, the freak, struck fear in opposing defenses. One of the greatest wide receivers of all time. We're going to add him to the team. And Night Train Lane was known to clothesline opposing ball carriers. Sounds like a really legal move. If that happened to Patrick Mahomes today, the defender would get put in Guantanamo Bay. I just have to say it. And Myles Garrett, another great player, the Cleveland Browns defensive end, is known for going all out for Halloween. Yeah, I could tell, dude. For a Monday Night Football game on Halloween night 2022 against the rival Cincinnati Bengals, Garrett showed up to the game dressed as the Vecna character from Stranger Things. He also dressed up as someone swinging a helmet violently at Mason Rudolph in 2019. So, hey, the guy's perfect for our most feared squad. Randy Moss, one of the greatest wide receivers of all time, one of my favorite players of all time, being a Patriots fan, gonna be perfect for the most feared squad. Night Train Lane, another amazing player to add to the squad. We are already getting a deadly team. I just wish we could get Ray Lewis or Aaron Hernandez. I mean, I really do. OJ Simpson even. Those guys would be perfect. And Myles Garrett, who has an 87 overall as well. This team is looking really, really nice so far. And shall I say, scary nice. Oh, brother, this guy stinks! Thank you. I thought that joke was good. I'll be here all week. We've got a brand new pass rusher with Myles Garrett. We've got a new cornerback, a 1 with Night Train Lane. And we've got a new God tier wide receiver 1 with Randy Moss, but we only have 2 players on offense, and we only have 4 players on defense, so we really need to kick it into high gear here.
His dominance in the league earned him
Lawrence
3 Defensive
Taylor,
Player of the
one of
Year
the
titles.
greatest pass
He had 10
rushers in
straight Pro Bowl
NFL
appearances
history,
and
boys.
7 straight seasons of double-digit sacks. He ended Joe Theismann's career.
Yeah, if you end a guy's career, you have to be put on the most feared team. It's as simple as that, bro. Does that mean Kendrick Lamar gets to be on here for ending Drake's career? It's a good question. He's probably most feared to Drake, and Drake is probably most feared to... I'm not gonna make the joke. And then we have Mean Joe Green. We simply cannot have. We can't have a team of most feared players without him. Gosh, dude, look at this guy in the 70s, man. That's crazy. Football barely existed in the 70s. Mean Joe Green, one of the greatest defensive linemen of all time, probably the greatest defensive tackle of all time up until Aaron Donald came along. Although Kelvin Benjamin would have gave them both a run for their money. And Lawrence Taylor, 86 overall, the greatest defensive player of all time. One of only 2 defensive players to win MVP. I mean, we have to have him on the list. We've got brand new disgusting pass rusher to line up next to Myles Garrett. And then we've got Mean Joe Green from the Steel Curtain. This defense is looking absolutely deadly. I mean, I have to say it, dude. And the offense is looking pretty lackluster. I mean, there's no other words for it. So let's look for some offensive players to add to the team. I lied. We're looking at the hardest hitting players in NFL history first.
Sean Taylor.
Oh,
the University of Miami is famous for being a professional football factory, regularly producing collegiate athletes that excel in the NFL.
That's true. They have a ton of great players from there.
Sean Taylor is most known for his hit in the 2007 Pro Bowl.
Oh, Sean Taylor, one of the hardest hitting players in NFL history, obviously. I mean, he's insane.
Dawkins told Spikes that I'm gonna take his soul.
Dude, Brian Dawkins is such a dog for that. We got to add someone in place of him because he's not in the game right now. We're going to find someone, though.
Planting Darren Sproles with a perfect
We already added Ray
Johnson
Lewis, but looking at
attempted
these
to block
highlights.
Lewis in a game, and he landed flat on his back. A teammate picked up Johnson as he muttered, I accidentally hit Ray.
I hit Ray by accident.
Okay, just for that alone, we got to add Chad as well. He is one of the most feared route runners of all time, so we're going to add him too in place of Ray Lewis there. I think he kind of deserves it because he probably got a little bit of CTE from that hit. So in place of Brian Dawkins, we're going to add a current Eagle, and that is going to be Jordan Davis. Second-year player, absolute monster on the D-line, and I think he's going to be a good person to add to this list because I think he's going to have a great career. A most feared wide receiver list would be hard to make without Chad Ochocinco, mostly because he got decapitated by Ray Lewis on that hit. I guess he killed another guy. And then, of course, at free safety, we got to add one of the best players of all time at the position, Sean Taylor. And he'll go along great with Jordan Davis, of course, on the D-line. And then Ocho and Randy Moss at wide receiver is enough to scare anybody, except for maybe some corners we have coming up later on in the video. Ed Reed. Ed Reed makes the list due to the fact that he intimidates with his remarkable ball hawking skills and his bone-crushing hits. Now, he does have a card in Madden, but it's impossible to get right now, so we're just going to have to find a different Raven to replace him with. Barry Sanders. There was never a more elusive and extremely strong runner than Barry Sanders. He was a true home run threat every time the ball touched his hand, but he had the leg strength to carry defenders down the field. During the 1990s, Sanders was the most intimidating runner in the NFL, although by just looking at him, you would never know it. Obviously, they're making fun of his height there, which, hey, man, we don't make fun of height around here, unless you're below 6 feet tall, of course. But Barry, in my book, is an honorary 6-footer, so he's not going to get made fun of by me. Another guy who's not in Madden, so we're going to have to replace him as well. And then, of course, we have to have Jerry Rice. The last of the offensive players, Jerry Rice is hands down the most intimidating receiver in history. I would disagree slightly with that because Calvin Johnson, in my opinion, is the most talented and intimidating receiver of all time, but he's not in Madden either, so we got to wait to add his card later. But Jerry Rice is. Or maybe Jerry Rice isn't. I thought he was. I really did. I swear I thought he was. But in place of Jerry Rice, we're actually just going to get the entire 49ers offensive line. I think that's a pretty good way to go about this. We're replacing the GOAT receiver with an entire squad of people who probably still can't even make up all of his accolades, which means we're getting Trent Williams, we're getting Ben Barch, not exactly a scary name, but he's joining the team regardless. Jake Brendel, another all-time unscary name, but we've got to get him. Spencer Burford, another good name, and Colton McKivitz. Looks like Trent Williams is the only actually scary one on there, but we're just going to roll with it regardless. In place of Barry Sanders, we're going to go with Sam Laporta. I think he's an awesome tight end. and one of the best ones currently in the NFL, so I think he's a great choice to add to the team. And in place of Ed Reed, we're going to get Lamar Jackson, two-time MVP, one of the best QBs in the NFL, one of the greatest dual-threat quarterbacks of all time. I think he fits perfectly. I just wish his card was a little bit better than 83 overall. EA, let's fix that, like, immediately. But we've got a new captain of the offense, and we gave him a whole new offensive line. And, of course, we got him a brand new tight end to throw to. But we're going to get some other tight ends later on in the video. So, yeah, this team's going to get even scarier. Richard Sherman. Sherman began his career with Stanford Cardinals as a wide receiver before it was decided he was better suited to play cornerback. The rest is pretty much history. During a 5-year span with the Seahawks from 2012 to 16, he was one of the best players in the game on either side of the ball. And he was a part of the Legion of Boom, so we're going to add a couple of his other Legion of Boom teammates in just a second, but we got to find other players as well. Charles Woodson. A Heisman winner during his days at Michigan, it always seemed as if Woodson was destined for stardom as the number 4 pick of the Raiders back in 2001. That came to fruition immediately. He earned Defensive Rookie of the Year and Pro Bowl honors in his first season with Oakland. Obviously, one of the greatest corners and defensive players of all time, so we got to add him too. But we're not done adding players there, because after that, we're going to add some special most feared players to the team as well. Richard Sherman, 85 overall, going to be fantastic for us, but like I said, we've got some other Legion of Boom members that we're not leaving off of this most feared team. Like Earl Thomas, one of the best free safeties probably of all time in my opinion. I think he should be a Hall of Famer. I think he was probably the best player on the Legion of Boom, but we can't make the Legion of Boom without one other player. Bobby Wagner, he plays for the Commanders now. It's disgusting to even think about. It makes me want to throw up, but any offense facing this defense will want to throw up as well. And Charles Woodson is 2.4 million coins. I'm gonna get him for the sake of this video, but you guys better hit the like button because I'm literally getting him only for this video. Holy crap, he's expensive. I feel like I'm paying his NFL salary to him. A portion of the proceeds of these coins better be going to like homeless shelters or something, EA. But we've got a couple of new cornerbacks like Richard and Charles. And of course, we finish out the Legion of Boom with Bobby and Earl Thomas getting added to the team. But with 2 players left on defense and 2 players left on offense, I'm gonna add a couple of choices that I think should be on the most feared team, which are going to be some of the most feared players in Madden history. First, of course, we got to add Gronk, the greatest tight end of all time, to the team and the most feared tight end to ever play against. So many people talk about how crazy he was to play against, scheme against. He's joining the team easily. And yes, I'm a biased Patriots fan. I don't care. Michael Vick, one of the greatest players in Madden history, of course, from Madden 04. I was too young to play that game, but hey, I've heard good things. Well, mostly bad things. I heard he had that dog in him. Okay, that's enough of the jokes. I'm sorry. You can't make a most feared team without one of the fastest players in NFL history. Tyreek Hill Cheetah is getting added to the wide receiver core. And for fullback, I guess we'll go with Kyle Juszczyk. I know nothing about fullbacks, dude. I can hardly pronounce the words. I never say them. But I know he is feared, okay? He has to be. People learning to read fear that name. So the dude's added to the team. I have to sound out each vowel when saying his name. And a bit of an out of left field one, but we're going to add Jadeveon Clowney as well at our left outside linebacker position. If you know, you know. He dominated Madden in the 2010s. At left end, we're going to add Zadarius Smith, an iconic player from Madden NFL 16 Ultimate Team. If you know, once again, you know, dude. And for those of you that don't know, in Madden 16, you were able to add 4 of the same Zadarius Smith cards to your defensive line, and everyone did it. He was so unstoppable. And last but not least, we've got to add the man, the myth, the legend from Madden 20, Eric Dickerson.
Oh, hell no!
I'm 100% positive if you Google it, you'll find that therapist search results on Google went up about 5,000% at the time of him dropping into Madden 20 Ultimate Team. But we're going to add each of those guys on offense, turning it into an unstoppable nightmare for any defense staff to cover, and we're placing everybody in on defense as well. But did we make it to 82 or higher? Let's see right now. We made it to 84 overall. This is our scariest team of all time offense, and this is our scariest team of all time defense. Obviously, we missed out on some players that aren't in Madden right now, so be sure to tell me down below who you think we should add next time we do this. And once you're done doing that, click this video right here. It's an absolute banger, boys, and another part of my Domtober series. You'll love it. I'll see you there in a second, and be sure to watch it. Love you guys. Peace.